I started driving for Uber nights because rent doesn't care about your dreams. It cares about deadlines. I was living in a mid-sized Midwest city. Nothing special, just endless strip malls, empty highways, and gas stations that stay open because there's nothing else to do. My car smelled like stale coffee and fast food wrappers, and my sleep schedule didn't exist anymore. That night felt off from the start. The air outside was unusually still, like the city had paused breathing. I remember checking my phone at 11:48 p.m., watching ride requests pop up and vanish faster than I could accept them. Most were short trips downtown, easy money. Then a request came in that didn't fit the pattern. Pickup location, North Harbor Industrial Zone. I hesitated. That area wasn't exactly dangerous, but it was the kind of place people didn't go unless they had a reason. Warehouses, fenced lots, long shadows under flickering streetlights. The fare was unusually high for a short ride. I accepted. As I drove toward the location, my GPS started acting strange, rerouting me twice without reason. The roads got quieter, emptier, streetlights became sparse, like someone was unplugging the city one block at a time. When I finally arrived, there was no one visible, just a single figure standing near a loading dock, and they weren't moving. I rolled down the window just a few inches. The air outside smelled like wet metal and old oil. The figure stepped closer, finally revealing themselves as a woman in a dark hoodie, head slightly lowered. "Uber?" she asked. Her voice was calm, but too flat, like she was reading it instead of saying it. "Yeah," I replied. "You headed to Oak Ridge Apartments?" She nodded without looking at me and got into the backseat immediately. The moment she closed the door, I felt it, that shift in the car's energy. Drivers always notice but can never explain. Like the space behind you suddenly isn't empty anymore. She didn't give me a greeting, didn't check her phone, just stared forward. As I pulled away, I tried small talk. "Quiet night, huh?" No response. After almost a minute, she finally said, "Stay on main roads, don't take shortcuts." That wasn't a request, it sounded like instruction. I glanced at the rearview mirror. Her face was partially hidden by her hood, but I noticed something odd. She wasn't blinking often, just staring. Then my phone buzzed. The GPS route updated itself, and it wasn't taking me toward her destination anymore. The updated route now sent me deeper into the industrial grid instead of toward the apartment complex. I frowned and checked the app. "Navigation glitch," I muttered. "That's not a glitch," the woman said immediately. I felt my grip tighten on the wheel. "What do you mean?" No answer. I pulled over under a broken streetlight. "Look, I'm not going in circles. I can cancel the ride if—" "Don't cancel," she cut in sharply. That was the first time her tone changed. Not flat anymore, now urgent. My phone buzzed again. A message from an unknown number through the Uber system. "Complete the trip. Do not stop." I turned back to her. "Did you see that?" She leaned forward slightly. "They're tracking you." "Who is they?" She hesitated. That hesitation was worse than any answer. Then she said, "People who don't want you finishing this ride alive." Before I could respond, headlights appeared behind us. A van. No plates visible. Just idling. The woman whispered, "Drive." I hit the gas without thinking. The tires screeched slightly against the empty road, echo bouncing off the warehouse walls. The van followed immediately, matching speed like it had been waiting for that exact reaction. "Explain what's happening," I demanded. The woman didn't look at me. "If they catch us, they take the car. Then you disappear from the system. That doesn't make sense." "It does if you know how rideshare tracking works out here." She finally pulled her phone out, but the screen wasn't showing anything normal. It was a map, My car icon moving through routes I didn't choose. I didn't authorize that, I said. You didn't have to, she replied. The van behind us turned off its headlights. That's when things got worse, because now I couldn't see it anymore, but I could hear it. Close. Too close. My chest tightened. What do they want from me? She finally turned her head slightly. Not you, me. And that's when I noticed something in her reflection. She was wearing a second wristband under her sleeve, something metallic. Not a passenger, a signal. I wanted to ask what she meant, but the GPS suddenly locked my steering guidance. The app physically overrode my route, forcing a turn I didn't make. That's impossible, I said out loud. Not here, she replied. They've got access to the network nodes in this district. The car jerked slightly as the steering assist corrected me again. I fought it. I'm not a passenger in my own car. Then stop the car. I can't. The wheel tightened against my hands, forcing another turn into a narrow service road between warehouses. The van stayed behind us like a shadow with intent. She finally looked at me fully for the first time. Listen carefully. You're being used as a clean driver route. They reroute unsuspecting drivers into blind zones. Why me? Because you accepted the ride. A sudden pop sound came from behind us. Not a gunshot, something smaller. A tire pressure spike. My rear tire warning flashed instantly. We were slowing down, and the van was closing in. The car slowed as the tire went soft, dragging against asphalt. I could hear it, this awful rhythmic thump, thump, thump that felt like time running out. Call Uber support, I said. She already did, she replied. Then what did they say? She showed me her screen. No support chat, no logs, just a single message. Complete route or account terminated. My stomach dropped. That's not normal. She's not Uber, she said quietly. Or not just Uber. The van pulled alongside briefly, then fell back again, like they were testing something. My hands were shaking now. What do we do? She looked forward, voice steady again. We finished the ride on our terms. Meaning what? Meaning we stop where they don't expect. She pointed ahead. A gas station appeared in the distance. Old, barely lit, one pump flickering like it was tired of existing. That's a trap, I said immediately. Everything out here is, she replied. We didn't have much choice. We pulled into the gas station like we were entering a dead zone. No attendants, no other cars, just a hum of fluorescent lights struggling to stay alive. I got out first, scanning everything. The woman followed closely, hood still up. This is where they usually intercept, she said. Comforting, I muttered. I tried the air pump station. Out of order, of course. Then I saw movement near the back of the building. A man standing too still, watching us. No, she whispered. Don't look directly at him. Why? But before she answered, my phone buzzed again. New message. You stopped route. Return to vehicle. I looked up. The van was already here, but it wasn't alone anymore. Two more vehicles had arrived without sound. Everything happened fast after that. The man near the building started walking toward us. The van doors opened. The woman grabbed my wrist. Inside the car, now. We ran. But the moment I turned, I saw something that froze me. The man wasn't looking at us. He was looking at her, like he recognized her. We slammed into the car and locked the doors. Who are you? I demanded. She exhaled slowly. Someone who wasn't supposed to make it past last week. Before I could respond, something hit the hood of the car. Not a person, a device, clamping onto the windshield wiper frame. My phone immediately started glitching. The car system followed. and the doors unlocked themselves. The doors unlocking was the worst sound I've ever heard. An electronic click that felt intentional. The woman reacted instantly, slamming her hand on the lock override. Go! I started the engine again, but the system lagged like it was thinking. Outside, someone yanked the rear door open. A hand reached inside. I reversed hard, tires screeching, and the hand disappeared. We shot backward out of the station, almost hitting one of the parked vehicles. The van followed immediately. But now I could see something else. They weren't just chasing us. They were guiding us, forcing us back onto the main road like livestock. The woman wiped sweat from her forehead. They reset the route. We're back in their corridor. What corridor? Extraction path. That word hit harder than everything else. Back on the main road, the GPS stopped fighting me. It behaved like nothing had happened. That scared me more than the glitches. The woman finally leaned back, breathing heavier now. They're tightening the net. Who are you, really? I asked again. She hesitated, then said, I was investigating driver rerouting anomalies for a contractor tied to rideshare safety audits. So you're some kind of investigator? I was. That past tense wasn't subtle. We drove in silence for a full minute before she spoke again. There's something in your backseat compartment. I frowned. What? She pointed. Check. I pulled over slightly and reached back. My fingers touched something metallic. Not mine. Fresh. Installed. A tracking module blinking softly in the dark. My mind raced. They planted this in my car? She nodded. That's how they keep control of routes. If the module is active, your car becomes part of their routing grid. I felt sick. So every ride I've done? Not all, just some zones. We passed under a highway bridge, and for a second, everything went dark. When the light returned, I noticed something horrifying. The van wasn't behind us anymore. It was in front, parked, waiting. That's not possible, I whispered. It is when they know every possible route you can take, she said. The road ahead narrowed, no exits, just a straight path into whatever came next. I slowed the car. The woman spoke quickly. If we stop, they take control fully. If we push forward, we break their timing window. That sounds like guessing, I said. It's educated guessing. The van's doors opened slowly, not rushed, confident. That told me everything. These people aren't scared of us, I said. No, she replied. They're not supposed to be. I looked at her. What do we do? She met my eyes. We crashed their system. Before I could ask what that meant, she grabbed the steering wheel, hard, and turned us straight toward the van. I screamed, but it was too late. The car swerved directly into the van's path. At the last second, the van moved, fast, like they anticipated it. We didn't hit it. We passed it. And behind it was something I didn't expect. A second checkpoint vehicle with signal equipment mounted on top. They're not chasing us, I realized. They're funneling us. She nodded. Exactly. We were herded forward into a corridor of moving control. That's when everything changed. My phone buzzed again, but this time the message wasn't from the system. It was from her device, and it said, "Sting active. Hold position until extraction." I stared at her. "You're not a victim," I said slowly. She didn't deny it. Everything clicked too late. The blinking module, the reroutes, the calm voice. "This was planned," I said. "Yes," she replied. "You used my car. Only because yours was clean enough to enter the zone without triggering alerts." I laughed once, bitter and shaky. "So I'm bait. Driver asset," she corrected. The words felt worse than bait. The road ahead opened into a wide abandoned logistics yard, and every exit was blocked.
We rolled in anyway, because there was nowhere else left. The moment we stopped, everything went quiet. Too quiet. Then voices came through a speaker system hidden somewhere in the dark. Stand down. Vehicle is contained. I looked around trying to find the source. The woman exhaled. They're here. Who? Private enforcement team, not police. That was the final confirmation that this was bigger than anything I understood. A spotlight hit the car, blinding, and I saw silhouettes moving in. Slow, controlled, professional, not chaotic criminals. Organized.
The car doors didn't open. They unlocked from the outside. One of the figures tapped the window. I froze. The woman spoke quietly. Don't resist. That's your advice now? It's over if we resist here. The door opened. Cold air rushed in. And for the first time, I saw the faces of the people controlling everything. No masks, just corporate ID badges. That somehow made it worse. They didn't drag us out. They escorted us. That was the strangest part. One of them said, "You completed the controlled route successfully." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. The woman finally spoke up. "We need confirmation of termination of unauthorized routing systems." A man nodded. "Already done." Just like that. No chase anymore. No threat. Just paperwork energy in human form. I felt like I had been inside a machine I didn't understand. We were taken into a mobile command unit. Inside, screens showed routes I had driven before. Highlighted paths. Patterns. My driving history wasn't random anymore. It was mapped like a system. "You were unknowingly part of a routing test grid," one of them explained. "And her?" I asked. "Internal audit operative," they said. She finally looked at me without urgency for the first time. Just exhaustion. I didn't know what to feel. Anger, relief, confusion. All of it mixed into something useless. They released me at dawn. My car was parked outside like nothing had happened. The module was gone. The city looked normal again, but nothing felt normal anymore. The woman walked past me before leaving. She said one thing: "Next time you accept a ride request, check the zone first." Then she disappeared into a black SUV that wasn't there a second ago. I checked my app. No record of the ride existed. Not even a gap. Like I never drove that night at all. I still drive sometimes, but never at night. And I never accept rides from certain zones anymore. Because every now and then, I swear I still see the system glitch for half a second when a request pops up. Like something remembers me. Like the machine never fully forgot. And I'm not sure it ever will.